Hi, everyone. Sean Gilliam here with Location Real Estate. Welcome to another episode of my monthly market update. We're going to be taking a look at data for the month of January, right here, smack dab in the middle of our winter market. And we'll take a look at data and just see how things are trending. We'll see continued increase in median and average sales price, and then also a significant decrease in our inventory. This has just been kind of the trend that we've seen. I will tell you that before we look at the data, one of the issues I want to address in this update is that a lot of people have been talking to me about what does a typical winter market look like, with the concern being that if they were to list their house in the winter, there's not a lot of buyers out there. They're not likely going to get a good price for their home. And so therefore, maybe they should hold off until spring. I will tell you that 2018, 2019, we started to see the market start to shift more towards a normal market, a more normal market. And the winters were starting to behave like your typical winter market, where you'd expect less buyers out there and less sellers, and homes would sit on the market for a little bit longer and perhaps sell below list price. But that is not the case since COVID hit. Since the pandemic has hit, we have had almost an ongoing spring market, just because we've had such low inventory. And because the market stopped in spring of 2020 for about like a month and a half, 2 months, like the pool of buyers just kind of backed up against each other, and there was just a waiting line to get into homes. And that's kind of been the pressure going since then. So we haven't had a typical winter market, like I said, since about 2019, 2018. It's been mostly just an ongoing spring market. I can tell you recently, in representing sellers, putting homes on the market, one in Arvada recently just sold for $77,000 above list price. We had over 40 showings. And at some point, the seller just said, let's just stop, say offers are due at this point, and then see what happens. And we had a fair amount of cash offers and financed offers, and it just plenty of attention and strong offers. And like I said, sold it significantly above list price. As in representing buyers, I'll say that, we have to make sure we get all your ducks in a row. If you're a cash buyer, that's much easier. But if you're financing, you want to get pre-approved, you want to get all your documentation in and verifications so that the lender can speak well of how strong of a buyer you are. And so that's what's been going on in this market. It's highly competitive, a large pool of buyers, and a very small pool of sellers, as we'll see when we look at the data. Before we do that, though, let's go ahead and take a look. The National puts out this report, and this is from December of 2021. It's the Seller Traffic Index. And you can see in that legend there in the lower right-hand corner, you got very strong, stable, weak, and very weak. And most of the country is in that weak state of seller traffic. And I think that's consistent with what we see in Colorado. There's just not a lot of inventory out there. On the flip side of that, though, if you look at this other slide based on information from the National Association of Realtors, the Buyer Traffic Index is very strong across most of the country. If you look at that legend there, you got very strong, stable, weak, and very weak. And most of the country is in that strong, that dark blue color. Colorado being one of them. And as I just mentioned, I can testify as a real estate agent, there is a lot of buyers out there that are ready to write strong offers. So make no mistake, we are not in a typical buyer or winter market. And so if you want to sell your home, if you want to wait until spring, that's fine too. But you will get just as much attention during the winter, just because of the way the market is running right now. Very low inventory and very high buyer demand. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's look at Boulder County just to see what the data looks like. And again, if you don't remember, or if you're joining us for the first time, the way this works is that we got January of 2021 in that first column, and then January of 2022 in that second column. These are the numbers I'll highlight. And then this is the percent change between these 2 months of data. And so new listings, pending sales are both down compared to last year at this time. And then if you scroll down here to days on market until sale, this is an indicator of just how fast the market is moving. And so from the day a home gets listed to the day it closes is about 43 days. And that's down 23% from what it was last year at this time. Median sales price in Boulder County is $759,000. That's up 15%. And then the average sales price is just over $1 million. That's up almost 10% from last year at this time. Percent of list price received, homes are selling on average at about 101.9% of what they're originally listed at, which is slightly higher than it was last year when homes on average were selling below list price. And then here is the most important factor or figure or metric, I should say, that's influencing this market is the inventory of homes for sale. There were 103 homes on the market for the month of January, and that's down 56.2% from last January when it was already a low inventory market. So the month supply of inventory as such is 0.3, and that is down just over 57% from last year at this time. So very low inventory. I would even say historically low. Don't even remember it being like this back in 2015, 2016, when we saw so much activity on the market and very similar conditions to what we're looking at today, but it's now even lower. We'll see similar figures here in Larimer County. If you look at the number of new listings, those are down significant. Median sales price is up almost 17% in Larimer County at $536,000. And the average sales price is up almost 12% at $586,000. Percent of list price received is 101.9% on average, similar to Boulder County. And then the inventory of homes for sale is down almost 51% from last January. So there were 183 homes on the market for the whole of Larimer County, which results in a very low month supply of inventory of 0.4 month supply. That's down almost 43% from last year. Looking at Weld County, we will see very similar figures. New listings are down, pending sales are down. Going down to that days on market until sale, they're 42. So that's, again, from the day a home is listed until it closes. On average, it's taking about 42 days. And the median sales price is $476,000. That's up 17.5% from last year at this time. The average sales price also up 14.8%. Average sales price in Weld County is $506,000. And bear in mind, Weld County is a very large county. A lot of it is agricultural property, ranches, those kinds of things. And so there's not a whole lot of residential areas. Greeley would be the largest part or largest community in Weld County. That's the county seat. But then there's other outlying communities as well that have more homes, especially a lot of new construction is going on the western part of Weld County along I-25. So a lot of significant activity there. And again, the average sales price is $506,000. Homes are selling above list price on average at about 101% of the original list price. And here again, we see that low amount of inventory. So 272 homes on the market. That's down 41.4% from last year at this time. And as such, the month supply of inventory is 0.5, and that's down 28.6% from last year at this time. So very low inventory conditions and very strong buyer demand. Again, there's no such thing as a winter market right now. If you wanted to sell your home or had to, this is a great opportunity to get it on the market. And of course, we're in the middle of February right now, so we're kind of right on the verge of getting into what we would say is our spring market. So great time to get your home listed for sale. Feel free to get in touch with any questions. I'd be glad to help you. If you want to know how much your home is worth, what you might be able to list it for, I'll give you a free consultation. I can also stop by the house and give you an idea of some tips, some things that you can do to get your home show ready and put it on the market. And then also, if you're a buyer, I'd be glad to help you with that. There are certain things you can do to put your best foot forward and get you in the best shape so that you can write strong offers, and sellers will see that even if you're financing, that you are a strong buyer and are going to make it to closing. So feel free to get in touch. My contact information will be at the end of this video. And otherwise, I'll look forward to talking to you soon. Take care.